Mr. S.R. Balasubramanian.
Mr. Vice Chairman, sir, having been Minister of State for Personnel in Government of India, I am aware of and have complete faith in the ability and capability of our IAS officers. I am aware that our IAS officers will get shifted every 3 to 5 years in the normal course from one department or ministry to another. One quickly grasps the fundamentals of the new department, thanks in no measure to the domain knowledge enjoyed by the field experts the particular subject in this particular subject matter, working as permanent members of the new department or ministry. Well, this has been the norm due to which the administrative machinery of Indian governance has always been able to keep itself updated and on any subject matter. It fails my comprehension as to why the committee constituted for drafting the new education policy should have consisted only of bureaucrats with not a single member having in-depth domain knowledge. Sir, one of the greatest sons of Indian soil, who was born in Tamil Nadu, the great nationalist poet Subramanya Bharati, had this to say to all Indians: Bharata Nadu, Padamperum Nadu, Neeradan Poravari, Nenevagatradir. Ancient is our great motherland, Bharat. We are here, we are her children. Never erase it from your memory. And the same nationalist poet also described Bharata Mata as Seppumoli 18 Tudayal, Yenil Sindhani Tudayal. Our mother Bharat Mata conveys one unified thought in 18 different languages. And it is my pleasure to inform the treasury benches that these very words of Subramanya Bharati were quoted in the parliament on an earlier occasion by none other than the first BJP Prime Minister, our beloved Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Chairman, sir, I feel it my bounden duty to reiterate to this August House that India's unity is in its rich diversity. A great nation like India with 18 official languages, reportedly more than 300 languages and 3,000 dialects being spoken can be governed only by retaining a diversity. We have unity and diversity. India can live as a united country by keeping our rich, diverse culture intact or perish in a foolish attempt to create uniformity, thereby submerging and destroying the rich diversity of a glorious culture that comprises of different languages, different religions, different subnationalities, but one single identity. The suggestion to create an all-India service, namely Indian Education Service, will prove to be a disaster to the concept of unity in diversity. For a general administrator as IAS or a regulatory officer as Indian Police Service or Indian Forest Service, the requirements are vastly different and have been seen to have been largely successful in application, as seen by our experience for more than 6 decades since independence. Education is altogether a different cup of tea. Different societies have had different attitudes in their evolution and have accordingly had different characteristics and aspects in forming and framing their education policy. The state boards, as they are seen today, comprise of officers of education who have grown from below. Sir, let me point out that Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, when he strongly recommended the constitution of the All India Services, rightly pointed out that they will be instruments of defending integrated India. If that was the fundamental reason for IAS and IPS, may I know what is the fundamental reason for creation of Indian Education Service? What is the requirement that necessitates amalgamation of all authority in the center? An IAS or IPS officer has to learn the local language and local customs to prove his mettle under the dictates of one constitution, one IPC, one CRPC, and one CPC prevalent throughout the country. They represent and are expected to protect the concept of nationalism and one single nation. I repeat, education is a different cup of tea. We don't need an all-India service in the education sector to protect national integration. Unless a person rises from below in this sector, he will not know how to function. Why do you want national level test for every student who has completed class 12? You don't have faith in the state boards? Does it not further encroach upon the autonomy of the states? What is the need for having one community kitchen where the food as midday meals will be distributed to all the schools in a particular area? If the Anganwadi workers feel threatened that this will do away with their jobs, what is central government's reply? Let us remember that a midday meal was honed up to perfection and extended to expected mothers and infant children by our revolutionary leader MGR, and has further been strengthened and run so successfully in Tamil Nadu by our present Chief Minister Puratchi Thalavi Amma. Tamil Nadu has proved to be a forerunner and our midday meals for school children, expectant mothers, and infant children has proved a role model for the entire nation, may know why the draft policy deviates from such a model and talks of a new model which is bound to create confusion and chaos all around. Pregnant mothers are given 9 months leave and a grant of 18,000 rupees, a special grant. As one of the most progressive states in the nation on several social and economic indicators, it has created an indelible mark in Human Development Index with an impressive gross enrollment ratio of 44.8%, adopting multiple strategies to foster manifold development in higher education, which has thereby paved the way to march ahead as a pioneering state for the rest of the nation to emulate. The draft says that instead of creating new institutions, the existing ones should be strengthened. This will result in the existing shortage of government schools getting perpetuated. The draft policy wants 100% FDI in education sector. This will open up the floodgates of further commercialization. The draft recommends of India for 200 reputed universities from abroad. Why should it be? The aim should be to improve our quality so that we become at par and thereafter excel them. Allowing such entrance of foreign universities will deliver a death blow to Swadeshi initiatives. I would therefore like to submit that we neither need an All India service to be known as Indian Education Service, nor do we need to abolish existing good practice such as the way midday meal scheme is running in Tamil Nadu, nor do we need national tests, 100% FDI, foreign university, etc. We do not subscribe to the view that there should be uniform syllabus to be imposed at central level for English, maths. States with reputation for higher education like Tamil Nadu and Bengal may find standards being dragged below. We welcome the proposal to abolish no exams till class 9. While such a system is highly successful in a country like Finland, the existing realities in India certainly demand that screening should start at least from class 5. We welcome that medium of instruction for students should be their mother tongue. We will be happy if it's not restricted to primary school and be continued up to school final. We would also suggest that the medium of instruction to be mother tongue should continue in colleges and universities, at least with reference to 18 recognized languages. We find that the draft NEP suggesting that Sanskrit should be encouraged in school, college and university levels. Sir, one of the 7 classical languages of the world, India has the singular pride of 2 of them having their origin in India. They are Tamil and Sanskrit. We would certainly welcome any measure of the Indian government to extend assistance for Tamil, the great national classical language, to be taught at school, college and university levels. I recall with pride that more than 2,000 years back, one great Tamil poet sang thus, Yadum Ure Yavarum Kedu. The whole globe is my village. Every human being is my relative. In the 60s of the last century, during the worst Cold War between US and USSR, there's a young man I have read that the USSR, in order to preserve the great cultural heritage of the world in the event of a nuclear holocaust, kept buried the deep pieces of world literature, and that from India, the 2 pieces of literature chosen were Tamil Tirukkural of Tiruvallur and Sanskrit Shakuntalam of Mahakavi Kalidasan. I appeal to the government through this August House to recognize that the rest of the world has recognized what the rest of the world has recognized. Let the government of India develop classical language, Tamil. Interests of minorities should be taken care of. Some recommendations have created doubts in their minds, and definitely it should be taken care of. Before conclusion, I would like to ask the Minister of HRD, who seemed to suggest that the Indian education system starts with Vedic times. What are your learned ideas about Mohenjo-daro civilization, which predates Vedic age? In conclusion, sir, may I suggest that this draft NEP need an in-depth study first by the academicians and thereafter by the concerned parliamentary committee before Government of India takes any step for its implementation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Balasubramaniam.